Hey, welcome back to the show. So earlier we were with Chef Tom Douglas, who was gracious enough to share not just his gravy recipe, it was more like a master class on gravy theory, am I right? But he was also kind enough to share a bounty of knowledge on cooking the turkey. Well, while we have you here, the gravy god in our midst, we wanted to pick your brain on some last-minute Thanksgiving tips. So. Everything from any last-minute ideas that you have when it comes to preparing the turkey?
Well, last minute, I'm not sure, but I think there's some turkey ideas that I have that are super important. One is, don't buy that humongous bird.
Okay.
If you need 2 turkeys, buy 2 turkeys, but they're better in that 12 to 15 pound range than they are when they get up to that 20, 25 pound range.
That is not something I ever knew. That is good news.
Yeah, they just cook more evenly and it's just stay more moist and all that sort of thing. Other things about turkey, they make great gravy. Right?
As we show.
And one of my favorite things to do is to layer the flavor on my turkey. So you can see in my in the inside here, the cavity, I have coffee beans. So coffee beans, you know, what do people love? They smell the coffee, right?
Yeah.
That roasty flavor. Yeah. So I'm going to put that in there, and they're going to steep in the juices of the turkey as it cooks. And so that's going to go into my gravy.
Okay.
I have onions, but you can also see I haven't overstuffed it.
No, it's just a light stuffing inside that area.
Yeah, there's an orange, there's some onion, there's some garlic.
Orange in there too?
Yeah, and so by not overstuffing it, I let the air move in and out and it cooks more evenly. When I have it packed, I have stuffing right here.
Yeah.
When I have it packed with stuffing, this gets way overcooked before that gets cooked in there.
And traditionally, people used to put the stuffing inside the cavity to cook it, right?
Many people still do, absolutely, and I don't.
I've never.
Yeah,
I've never
don't.
cooked a turkey before, Tom.
You know, traditionally, my mother-in-law used to put oysters in her stuffing too. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, we did not go there.
No, thank you.
So the other thing is use as many herbs as you can.
Okay.
Like you can see here, people say all the time, maybe just use 1 or 2 bay leaves. I'm putting that whole thing into my roaster there, and that aromatic is going to really shine through at the end of the day with my sage and my garlic and my onions, and it's just, you're not going to know the individual flavor, but you're going to taste the total flavor.
That is really good to know. All right, so as we look at some of the biggest mistakes are overstuffing the turkey and maybe not giving enough flavor. What are some of the other big mistakes that you see during the turkey cooking season?
The turkey cooking season, resting. Like I put a little spice rub on top because I have a spice rub line. I always use spice rubs, but resting. So I'm going to pull my turkey out and let it sit on my platter for a good 40 minutes, 45 minutes while I make the rest of my dinner, get everything ready to go. Put a little foil tent over it, keep it warm.
Okay.
And then it'll throw some juice and that goes right back into my gravy.
Okay.
So resting is a big deal.
Like so before you cut it, 40 minutes of chilling out.
Absolutely. You know, we want everything hot on the table, so as your sides come up, we have a load of sides, make sure you heat your dishes.
Okay.
So some people don't have enough oven space for something like that. At the supermarket yesterday, I saw, and I love these because I use them at my own house, there's the little portable burners with the butane cassette.
Okay.
They're $29. Right, and it immediately gives you an extra burner in your house or 2, and I keep them in my garage just ready for that occasion.
That is
genius. I can keep if you don't have enough room on your stove, you can move your gravy over to one of those, keep it warm.
And just keep it on a real low sim.
Exactly, so.
Tom, cheers to you. Thank you for all the tips and the tricks and the wonderful advice on making a beautiful, beautiful Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
We are thankful for you.
Thank you very much, and don't forget your Northwest wine.
Oh, do